Today I have a special idea for you. How to use one alt to have alt army. What? So for this we are gonna use the concentration and a special recipe for each profession. How we can do this? There is a concept. If you have a recipe in a knowledge tree and when you achieve that recipe, then you can access that recipe even with one skill. So we are gonna find recipe for each profession in a knowledge tree that we can use with a single skill. I got the idea from Ian, cheers to him. So let's get started and see this in detail. So I'm gonna start with a favorite profession for alt army. Enchanter, yeah, you guessed it. For enchanting, we have this way. If you can look at this, we need craft sim add-on for this concept to use and find out what's the best recipe. We can use it in this way. Craft sim has an option named specialization info. With that, you can see what knowledge point every profession needs. We are gonna use that as an advantage to find out what's the best recipe for us. Then we are gonna go to each recipe and find out where we can learn that recipe. Some recipe are unlocked through knowledge point. As you can see here, we have some recipe that's gonna be unlocked through trainer. Some of them are from drop vault, and some that we are interested in are through knowledge point. For this example, we are gonna go with curse haste. As you can see, when I'm hovering on the recipe on rank, it shows that we can learn that in the everlasting enchant cursed haste. So we are gonna go to get those knowledge that are used for that. As you can see in a craft sim info, it's gonna show exactly what every node gonna give us. So we are gonna find out how many knowledge points we are gonna spend to get this recipe to a point that we can use rank 2 material to use it with a concentration to make a rank 3 enchant. There is a very useful feature called simulation mode that we are gonna combine that with a specialization info so we can get and we are gonna simulate it so we can know exactly when and how we can achieve cursed haste rank 3 with rank 2 material and the knowledge points that are needed. Here you can see there are some skill, some resourcefulness, some concentration and some other info. Don't be afraid. This is just simple. I'm gonna show it to you. When we get to the 25 skill, we can use the knowledge point in the knowledge tree. So here we are gonna find out how many knowledge we are gonna spend to get the cursed haste. When you hover on each point and in the tree, you can see what that point gonna do. So some point just only give you a skill, some point give you access to the sub node. So here, as we can click on the main node, you can see we can learn a new specialization of your choice. We are so at least need 5 points here. After that, the next sub, we are gonna see how many points we are gonna spend. It's about 10 points, so we need 10 points here. After that, now we finally learn the recipe and we can use it. This is the minimum thing. The minimum knowledge we are gonna need to access the recipe. What's the minimum knowledge we need? So we need 10 in the everlasting enchantment and we need 10 in the Nerubian novelties, and after that we have access to the recipe. And now we are gonna see what's the minimum that we are gonna make rank 3 with rank 2 material. As you can see, currently we can't do that. We can achieve only rank 2 if we use the rank 2 material, and with current knowledge we only gonna get high as rank 2. So now that we know what we need, I'm gonna show it to you using the craft sim simulation and craft sim info. We are gonna minus 24 skill, so we know we are in a point that we have one skill. As you can see, it's shown in the skill. After that, we are gonna use the rank 2 material, so it's gonna give us some skill. After that, we figure out that we need 10 knowledge point in the everlasting enchantment, 10 knowledge point in the Nerubian novelist for the minimum knowledge point to access to the recipe. After that, we are gonna play with this craft sim info and find about what knowledge point we are gonna spend in where in the knowledge tree, so we have enough skill to make this to the rank 2. So finally, when we use the concentration, it's gonna get to the rank 3. As you can see, when you hover on each of these nodes, it show you if you spend knowledge point on there, what you are gonna get. Some of them only give you 1 skill, but when you get into like 5 point, 5 point, 5 point, each of those 5 points give you some extra skill or some extra specialty. So you are gonna play with it or read the whole thing to find out what's the best way to get to there. I'm gonna go with like 20, 20, 20. After that, you can see here we are missing 3 skill. For this 3 skill, we can use the profession tool that we already made when we leveled up the enchanting. As you may know, profession tools give you extra 8 skill. So if we add that 8 skill to the skill in the craft sim info, we got 12 points that with a rank 2 material, we are making the rank 2 enchant. So if we use the concentration, finally we are gonna make the rank 3 enchant. And that's what we are here for. Okay, so we know we need 60 knowledge points. Where we can get those knowledge points? I know for the enchanting we have an easy way catch-up system so we can get many knowledge points, but I'm gonna show you this how to do it so you can use it for every profession. We are gonna start with a unique knowledge points that we are gonna gather around the world. There are 8 of those, so 8.3, it's 24. After that, we are gonna get a 10 point from the renown. For that, it's different for each profession. When you get like to renown 12 or 14 for different profession. After that, we have a 10 point for the cage. So what we got now? We got 44. So if we minus 60 from 44, we got 16. Where we can get this 16 knowledge point? There is a couple of ways. We can do the disenchanting for the enchanting, or for the other profession we can do the crafting order system, and we have the profession trainer quest that it's gonna get us 3 extra knowledge point. Also we have the profession, and also we have different recipe on the profession trainer that each of those gonna get us 1 extra knowledge point. So it's totally easy to get those extra 16 knowledge point to achieve the point that we are going to, that is making rank 3 enchant using the rank 2 material and concentration. So that's it. And now for better understanding, I'm gonna head over to the blacksmithing and do the whole thing. Like for the blacksmithing, it's easy for every profession. It's the same thing. If you know the concept, it's only the work for the first time, and you can have it and use it until the next expansion and achieve the goal you want. So here we go. We're gonna start by getting the blacksmithing profession from the profession trainer. After that, we are gonna look to find out what recipe we can use in the tree with 1 skill. To finding out, we are gonna look over the recipes and find what recipe we can use. As you can see, there are a couple of recipes with iron claw that we can make it using the blacksmithing. Those are from the tree, so we're gonna find out how we can get them. We can level up the blacksmithing and do it like the enchanting, but another way is to use the Wowhead knowledge and talent calculator. So let's see. Here in the Wowhead that I'm gonna link this page for you, you can select different profession and see those trees and spend knowledge under, so you can see what you can get. So if we use the blacksmithing, we know for getting the iron claw we need that node. For getting that node, I'm gonna see how many knowledge points we are gonna spend. So in the mean of production, when we get to the 10 points, we finally can learn the next node to achieve to the last point. So after that, in the middle node, we can see that we don't need any extra point to achieve unlocking the next node. So that's it. And finally, if we unlock this, we have access to the last node. So the only knowledge point we gonna spend for the minimum requirement to unlock the recipe is just like 10 points. There we go. So the minimum is 10 points to unlock the recipe. We are gonna add that to the mean of production for the minimum. After that, like the enchanting, we are gonna play with the craft sim info to see how many knowledge we are gonna spend. So here we go. As you can see, I'm gonna spend this knowledge over here, over there, and also add that 8-point skill from the profession tools to get to the point that we need. Also, by the way, you can use the profession accessories if you want to get extra points, so you have a higher skill, so you need less concentration. So in the final result, you can make multi-item using concentration. So that's it. I hope you liked the video and like the concept. I know this might be a little too much information or too much complicated or confusing, but it's not very complicated. If you play with it and watch the video maybe a couple of times, you finally get to the point that you master this and you can achieve the best way to use the concentration and use one alt to get as many profession you want. I hope you like the video. Let me in the comment if you have any question or any idea with this build. See you in the next video.